Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello my students and welcome to English for Iraq. How are you my students? We have already started with Unit 7. Unit 7, as we learned about danger and about how to avoid dangerous situations. In the previous lesson, we started giving warnings to children, and today in the third lesson, we will learn how to give warnings to parents. And today we will be studying in your student book on page 55, my students, as we see here with the title Warnings to Parents. But first, let's learn the new vocabularies and what we have about grammar. So we start with the new vocabularies, and again in this lesson we are giving warnings to parents, and in this lesson we don't have too many new vocabularies. We have only 4 new vocabularies and phrases. Now let's start with the first one. Out of the reach of children. Out of the reach of children means in Arabic بعيدا عن متناول الأطفال. This is when we are talking about medicine, to keep it away from children. The same meaning here. Keep away from children means أبقي بعيدا عن الأطفال. The same meaning. Out of the reach of children or keep it away from children. Now we have this verb let. Let us, let me, let him means the same meaning of allow. In Arabic, يسمح له أو يدعه يفعل شيئا ما. Now, my students, we have this very important word, accidents. Accidents means حوادث. Now let's move to explain more about grammar and about using some of the imperative verbs. For grammar, my students, we don't have something new. It's just something repeated from the previous lessons. Imperative verbs. Imperative verbs in Arabic فعل الأمر. And what do we have new about this rule? Now, we are going to use the imperative verbs with always and with never. Let's take some examples. طلابي الأعزاء، نحن راح نستعمل فعل الأمر باستخدام always و never، وذلك لتقوية المعنى. Let's take some examples. Always look both sides before you cross the road. Always look both sides before you cross the road. Another example about always, using always with the imperative verbs. Always help your parents at home. Always help your parents at home. And now let's take some examples using never with the imperative verbs. Never let children alone at home. Never let children alone at home. أبدا لا تتركوا الأولاد بمفردهم في البيت. More examples. Never say that again. Never say that again. لا تقل ذلك أبدا مجددا. And now, my students, we come back to your student book on page 55. Now, what do we have here? Warnings to parents. Warnings to parents. Now, read the posters. Posters, we mean these pictures here. In Arabic, mulsaqat. Yes, posters. And try to work out the meaning of new words. Where do most accidents happen? In the street, on the beach, at school. We have a question here. أين تحدث أغلب الaccidents الحوادث? In the street في الشارع, on the beach, at school. أما على الشاطئ أم في المدرسة? The answer is no. No one of these places. So, where do most accidents happen? Most accidents happen at home. At home في المنزل. Don't be surprised. Don't let accidents happen in your home. How? We should follow the instructions here or the warnings. Now, number 1, always keep medicines out of the reach of children. دائما, look, how do we use always? دائما أبقي الدواء بعيدا عن متناول الأطفال. Number 2, never let children play in the kitchen. أبدا لا تدع الأطفال يلعبون أو يعبثون في المطبخ. Number 3, always keep knives away from children. دائما أبقي السكاكين بعيدا عن الأطفال. Number 4, never let children play in pools alone. أبدا لا تدع الأطفال يلعبون بمفردهم في المسابح. Number 5, never let children play with matches. أبدا لا تدع الأطفال يعبثون بأعواد الثقاب أو يلعبون بأعواد الثقاب. Number 6, always keep plastic bags out of the reach of children. دائما أبقي أكياس النايلو بعيدا عن متناول الأطفال. So my students, what do we have here? We have warnings to parents. And now my students, we come to the activity book on page 87. Now, what do we have here? Complete these conversations about the posters on page 55 of your student's book. So we have some conversations. All what I need is to fill in the blanks to complete these conversations. Now, we have here what we explained. Use always for positive warnings. So we use always when we have positive warnings, التحذيرات الإيجابية. And we use never for negative warnings. ونستخدم never عندما يكون لدينا تحذيرات سلبية. Now, وعندما أقوم بإعطاء تحذير ربما يسأل الشخص الذي أقدم له التحذير لماذا لا أقوم بهذا الفعل. Let me explain more. Now, to ask about the reason, حتى نسأل عن الريزن السبب, we use why when we have positive warning, and we use why not when we have negative warning. Now, all what I need here is to fill in the blanks according to what I learned on page 55 in the student book. So let's start. Never let the children play with matches. Why not? Because I started my warning with never. I ask why not. أبدا لا تدع الأطفال يلعبون بأعواد الثقاب. لما لا؟ They'll burn themselves. وهنا أقدم السبب, reason. إذن they'll burn themselves. Now, number 2. Always keep medicine. What do we have here? Out of the reach of children. Why? They'll make them sick. أبدا أو دائما أبقي الدواء بعيدا عن متناول الأطفال. لماذا؟ لأن الأدوية تجعلهم مرضى, تسبب لهم المرض. Now on the next page, on page 88, my students, we continue our exercise number 3. Always knives from children. So we need to complete here. Always keep knives away from children. So we started this warning with always. We should ask with why or with why not. We ask why. So they'll, and here I will provide the reason. They'll hurt themselves. إذن أعزائي الطلاب, دائما أبقوا السكاكين بعيدا عن الأطفال. Why? لماذا؟ They'll hurt themselves. لأنهم سيؤذون أنفسهم بهذه السكاكين. Number 4. Never let kitchen. Never let whom? Never let children play in the kitchen. Here we started our warning with never. How should I ask about the reason? With why not? Because I started my warning with never. Why not? أبدا لا تدع الأطفال يلعبون في المطبخ. لما لا؟ I will provide the reason. They'll hurt themselves لأنهم سيؤذون أنفسهم بالسكاكين أو بالأكياس النايلو. Number 5. Here, in pools alone. Also, we have never let children play in pools alone. أبدا لا تدعوا الأطفال يلعبون بالمسابح بمفردهم. alone تعني بمفردهم. بمفرده أو بمفردهم هنا جمع. So, how can I ask about the reason? Why not? Because they can drown themselves. لأنهم سيغرقون أنفسهم. لما لا؟ لأنهم سيغرقون أنفسهم. إذا بدأت ب never أسأل ب why not. أبدأ ب always أسأل ب why. Now number 6. Always keep plastic bags. We should continue. Out of the reach of children. دائما أبقوا أكياس النايلو بعيدا عن الأطفال. Why or why not? Why? Because I started with always. I ask with why. Why? Because they can kill themselves with them. لأنهم سيقتلون أنفسهم بها. them عائدة هنا على plastic bags. إذن plastic bags them. إذن هؤلاء الأطفال سيقتلون أنفسهم بهذه الأكياس. My dear students, this is everything for our lesson today. But remember, when we stay at home, we have more time to read and study, more time to achieve and make our dreams come true. So, please take care of yourself and of your studies. Thank you very much.